Hi, I'm Evan. I invented the pumpkin gutter. I'm going to share with you today a few tips on how to get the most out of this great new tool. Alright, before we can start gutting, we've got to get the top off the pumpkin. To do that, you can either use a knife, cut the top off, or to stay true to our power tool theme today, I'm going to use a recip saw. Works best to have the pumpkin on the floor, have someone help you hold the pumpkin. You can hold it between your feet as well, but it tends to work better to use extra set of hands. Just plunge into the pumpkin. A little trick that I like to do is I like to put just a little notch in it so that you know which way it goes on. Pull the lid off and you're ready to start gutting. Alright, you want to start at the top of the pumpkin and work your way down, cutting the seeds and the strings loose as you go. That keeps them from getting wrapped around the shaft of the pumpkin gutter. Here we go. Pick a medium or fairly high speed on your drill. Correctly, it's not a messy process at all. If you do get anything wrapped around the pumpkin gutter, you can see I've got a little bit right here. Rather than trying to pick it off or cut it off, simply take the pumpkin gutter out of the drill and slide them off the end. Put it back in the drill and you're ready to go. It's a very common mistake that I see made. So just pull it out, slide them off, and you're ready to go. Now periodically, this pumpkin had a lot of guts, so periodically you're going to want to dump what you've cut loose out. See how much we've got there already. And go back in. Oh, good, there we go. Now you can see what can happen. Go ahead and pull it out of the drill, over your garbage. They slide right off the end, no problem whatsoever. Looks like it's time to dump the pumpkin again. Wow. All right, as you can see, we've almost got all of the seeds and strings out. Should also mention the pumpkin gutter won't damage the seeds, so if you like to bake them, they're still in good shape. I'm going to do a little bit more work with the strings, and then we'll start thinning the walls. All right, dump it out. Now you can see in very short order, the seeds and the strings are completely gone. Now, we've still got very thick walls, and if you want to do some intricate carvings with this pumpkin, we're going to want to thin those down. So again, high speed on the drill, you start sculpting that meat right out of the pumpkin. Here we go. Again, just periodically dump out the chips and go back in. Initially, you can just take big chunks out. When you start getting closer to the walls, slow down the process and you can really do some pretty intricate work. You can get the walls down to a ½ an inch thick if you'd like. thinned down and ready to carve. All right, to recap, just a couple things that you need to pay attention to when you're using your pumpkin gutter, and it's going to work a whole lot better for you. One, make sure that you run the drill at a fairly high speed. Two, make sure you start at the top of the pumpkin and work your way down to keep the strings from getting wrapped around the shaft of the pumpkin gutter. And three, if they do get wrapped around the shank, simply take it out of the drill, slide them off the end, put it back in the drill, and you're ready to go. Thanks a lot and happy gunning.